I kept on telling my parents I don't want to go to school. I didn't have the energy to do anything. I've been told I had demons. In 2018, towards the end, I attempted suicide. Nothing worth having comes easy. That is something that has also kept me going. I am more than my pain. I am more than the stories I hold. I am more than the scars I have. It gets better no matter how long it will take. Natafuta baby, oh no, baby on my Bentley, oh, my name is Esther Wangechi. I am a psychology student, second year, Kenyatta University. My teenage years were the toughest period in my life, I'd say. They were the most defining, yet the most challenging. I went through 2 different high schools, and it wasn't a nice experience. It was overwhelming for me. At that time, I didn't know why it was that overwhelming. But later on, realizing I was also struggling with things I didn't know, it made sense. Yeah, I define my high school moments as the most defining moment in my life to date. It made me who I am today. I come from a family of 2. I have a younger brother, so I've been tasked with responsibilities since I was a child, and it didn't really weigh on me. It gave me a sense of purpose. Later on, that's when I realized I went through things I shouldn't have gone through, or things that not everyone has gone through. I had gone through a period of abuse that I hadn't talked about, and my parents found out when I was almost 18 or 19. And thinking of it in retrospect, I developed some self-hate from an early age, and I only realized it way later on. It affected how I viewed myself. It affected how I viewed the world. Coming from someone who initially viewed the world through a rose-colored lens to now, it's either black or white. There's no in between. My primary school life was beautiful in the true sense of it. I was a leader. I was the head girl in school. I am naturally really, really smart, so it played a huge role in, I don't know, fitting in or finding my space. As a kid, I had a strong relationship with my teachers, with the fellow students, and being told that people look up to me, that was something. As a kid, I loved reading so much. I read a lot of storybooks, magazines, newspapers. I still read to date. I'm an avid reader. I used to sing. At that time, it wasn't that nice. But right now, I can say I've gotten the hang of it. I still do it. I still color. And that's something I really, really enjoyed. In 2018, I was in high school. I was in Form 2. For a period of time, I didn't want to be in school. I didn't know the reason as to why. I kept on telling my parents, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school. I didn't have the energy to do anything. I used to get so scared of people or being in a social environment. I still couldn't pinpoint the exact problem. So in 2018, towards the end, I attempted suicide. That is when I realized there was something deeper than what I thought I was struggling with. So afterwards, when I'm being rushed to hospital, I've gone to hospital, I've seen a psychiatrist. That's when I realized I am struggling with depression and anxiety. I felt I was in so much pain. that I couldn't quite explain. I had tried explaining, I tried writing it out and talking about it, but it still felt so overwhelming on my end. So the first time I hurt myself, I felt I'm in too much pain. I'd rather feel it physically than emotionally. So in a way, in a very twisted way, I tried channeling the pain from inwards to outwards. At first, it was involuntary. I really didn't want to. I was admitted in hospital. That was the first step. And seeing a psychiatrist and seeing a counselor, that was it. My family, they've been my biggest support system all through, my brother and my parents. So after we received the diagnosis, they were there for me through and through with the medication and encouraging me. I can't say I've gone through anything since 2018 without their support, no matter how bad it was. Initially, before I found healthy ways of coping, I once, for a period, I resorted to self harm for a period of time. I isolated completely from people, from activities that brought life to me. I had to take a break from school most of the times because I couldn't be around people. That was how I used to, but I got to a better place and I got better coping skills, like talking to a therapist. You know, I learned how to journal. I think it's always been within me, but now I was more intentional with journaling and I came across shadow work from the internet, which worked for me because I felt like I'm addressing things that happened in the past. Yes, they happened in the past, but they shaped who I am today and they have played a major role in whatever I was going through. I'd also write. That's something I developed. It was a gift as a kid, but now it was a coping mechanism. I feel so stressed. What am I going to do? Or I feel so sad. I'd rather express it, and I did. Hopefully, one day I'll be able to put out everything I wrote down. I think it will be pretty good, but very, very sad. Yeah. As a person who has struggled with my mental health, I've been told I had demons at some point or evil spirits, which is terrifying. I'm a child. Are you telling me I have evil spirits? That was something. Okay, I understand the spiritual aspect of it, but the fact that people could neglect the medical point of it and you just focus on the evil spirit is why I felt that was wrong. It's not entirely being possessed. uh, the the first time I self harmed or I hurt myself, the misconception was I'm in a cult. That was something I just had, and I'm wondering how. I get where they're coming from. I really, really don't blame them or hate them for it. I get where that's coming from. But realizing that a lot of people who go through depression or schizophrenia, all that, and they're categorized as belonging to a cult, that was a hard, hard moment for me. Being in a position where I'm struggling with my mental health makes me weak. I think that's a really, really huge misconception, and I've had it so many times. Or because with me, I'd cry a lot, a lot, a lot. I'd break down. I don't want to be in school, and then now I hear, oh, she's weak, and it's not that. Um, I think it takes a lot of strength to wake up knowing that you don't want to be here and still keep pushing. I still go to therapy till that, and it's not because I'm going to cry. The times I go and see my therapist because I found safety and I found friendship within it, and I'd want to talk about how my life is going on, the good and the bad. So I'm in a really good headspace. I'm able to manage my emotions. I'm able to manage really stressful life situations without breaking down or feeling the need to hurt myself or isolate. I've been able to get out of my shell from someone who's naturally an introvert to someone who can now talk with people and interact with strangers and still find a bit of connection. So I'm doing well and I'm happier. There's this one statement from my English high school teacher in Form 3. She said, "Nothing worth having comes easy." So at that time when she said it, I didn't really see what she meant. And that is something that has also kept me going for a period of time. So when I think about it, nothing worth having comes easy. Whatever I went through have played a role in who I am today. It also helped me pick the career I want to pursue. And I don't think I'd be in a position to actively pursue psychology if I didn't go through that, because there's this personal feel to it. It's just not, I read it in school, I read about depression, I read about anxiety. So the fact that I went through that was a lot, but it's for a cause. I am not responsible for how people hurt me. I'm not responsible for my past pain or pain that was inflicted on me. But what I'm responsible for is how I heal. That is now on me. I won't sit and wait for people who hurt me to come and apologize and pick me up and heal me. That will never happen. So realizing that life won't wait for me and realizing that people won't wait for me. The world keeps moving. It is harsh, but it's also freeing, realizing the world will keep moving. So I have to pick myself up and heal myself from everything I've gone through. And the last thing I wish I knew, or I wish I realized sooner, is my pain isn't my identity. The fact that I went through abuse or I went through a really difficult high school period doesn't define who I am as a person. I am more than my pain. I am more than the stories I hold. I am more than the scars I have. And yes, I am. Yeah, I'm more than that. And learning to love myself despite all that has been an experience. I think it's going to be a lifelong experience, but so far it's worth it. It gets better. It's very cliche. I never believed it. And seeing as I struggled for almost 6 years and it was all darkness every day. But right now I'm at a point I can see the light. Not really bright, but there's some light, and that's what I'm walking towards. It gets better no matter how long it will take. And you can't give up on yourself. I feel the world will give up on you. You really don't deserve to do that to yourself. If everyone else is giving up on you, you shouldn't be among that lot. It's brave to seek help. It is brave to take medication. It is brave to go for therapy. And it is brave learning and relearning. For my friends and my family, you've been a really huge support for me. I wouldn't be here without all of you. And as much as I've done most of the work, you held my hand through it all. Through the night, it was so hard for me to sleep, or through the mornings I didn't want to get out of bed. You still stayed, and you staying pushed me to keep living. And yeah, as much as I owe it to myself, I owe it to all of you. I got to learn about Shamiri from LinkedIn. I was still a first year student. I'm just done with second semester, so we're going on long holiday. Long holiday is like 5 months. I couldn't imagine just doing nothing. So when I come across it, I applied. I really didn't think I'd get in. At any point, let me just do it for the sake of doing it. But I did get in last year around May. So it was a nice experience. It wasn't entirely nice in this way. It was kind of a death and a rebirth for me, in the sense that I am out here helping students, and then I realize what they're struggling with is something I've struggled with for long. So the moments I'd feel I'm getting triggered, and then it forced me to address some of my issues from high school. That's where the death bit comes in. So I had to let go of versions that I held onto for the longest time, and to let go of things that no longer serve me, from my high school period to where I was at that time. And then the rebirth came in the sense that after letting go of all that, I felt better. I felt, as much as I've helped other students, I was also healing myself, being there for someone else, being there for people who are going through things I've gone through, healed a part of me. That's where, the rebirth comes. And after that, it was a really, really a nice experience for me. I don't think I'd trade that experience for anything. Well, it really shaped me as a person. There's this song from, it's a J. Cole song. It's called Love Yours. Is it Love Yours? I think. There's this line that says there's beauty in the struggle. Okay, I've thought about it a lot of times, and I can actually say for a fact there is, behind the tears and the scars and the pain, there's still something beautiful, and there's still a smile. There's still something you can bring to the world, despite whatever you're going through, whether it's mentally or socially, financially. There's more than that. There's beauty in whatever you're going through.